Hello everyone and welcome to another horror movie review with me, Angela of Morbid Heart Design. Last January we visited Grudge because the Grudge movie came out for 2020, so of course we had to go back to the original Japanese version and the American remake. So at that time I was like, it'd be really fun to go and revisit The Ring because I haven't seen The Ring in a long time. And I won't deny, there's some really creepy things about this movie that even to this day sometimes filter into what most people might call nightmares, but I kind of call my regular dreams. I'm weird. So I thought it'd be fun to go back and revisit it. But I'd never seen the Japanese version of The Ring, so I decided to do that. Don't regret it. As far as The Ring versus Ringu, the stories themselves are actually pretty similar, as well as the pacing and the evolution. There are some slight changes when it comes to Samara, the girl's history, her family's history. That's where it deviates the most, and it adds minor deviations throughout the last half of the movie, but the first half is pretty much line for line. So I guess we won't talk much about the first half other than I do think the remake did the opening a little bit better. It definitely was creepier to see the special effects makeup, and the remake also did the special effects makeup better in my opinion. Ringu, the Japanese original, came out in 1998. Whereas the American remake came out in 2002. Honestly, I do feel that was a good year for horrors in my opinion, but I mean, Queen of the Damned, this. As I don't speak Japanese, it is hard for me to fully gauge the Japanese actors in the original, but I did enjoy all of the performances in the American remake. I do feel that both had a really good pacing and delivery of tension and mystery, just balanced out really well to keep you engaged in what was going on. And I do feel that the American remake even aged well. I don't feel like I say that very often about any American remakes of foreign horror. Usually I hate them, but I really do enjoy this one. Not to mention that the video you watch was a lot creepier than the Japanese one, like by far above and beyond fucking creepy. I think my biggest disappointment with the Japanese original is the creepy things from the video that we get in the remake don't happen. I liked how unsettled that made me with like the ladder randomly popping up in an alley and being, oh shit, that looks like the ladder from the video. What's going on? I felt like it pulled me in more, and we don't really get the level in the original that we do the remake, and I feel like that was definitely a good right choice to Americanize the story in those ways. I've really enjoyed like writing down my thoughts on movies, and then when I'm recording or just before recording, going and looking at the awards and seeing what they were nominated for, what they won. In most instances, it makes me feel really on point. Other times I'm utterly confused why I hated something and everybody else liked it so much. Check out Army of Darkness for that one in particular. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about Ring still. Just as an example of why I feel validated right now, the American remake won Best Horror, Best Actress in 2003 at the Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror. Nominated for Screenplay and other things, Fangoria, Best Wide Release, Best Actress, Best Score. But it was also nominated for Worst Film, even though I loved it. I like the Worst Film category in a lot of things too. I think it's fun. It's really fun. Those are the kind of awards that the remake won, so I'm like, yes, I'm on point with it. But Ringu did amazingly well for its own awards that it went to, even winning some foreign categories as well, but mainly nominated because of the actress, Asian film, best film winner, best visual effects. It had really good visual effects, but when you compare it to the American remake ups the bar by far. So the takeaway from this. So both these movies are gonna have the same moral, if you will. Things may not always appear as they are, and sometimes Kids are fucking evil, which I love how the American remake depicted that. Oh my god, I loved it. Now my rating is only going to be based off of, for this one, comparing them together, and you're gonna know which one's my preference between the rating. I rate the original Ringu as 4 out of 5 zombieverse. It does deserve a 5 though. I'm not gonna argue with that. It does deserve a 5. However, I do feel the American remake outdid its predecessor and it deserves a 5 out of 5 zombieverse. And it is the one that I would watch again. Maybe not like in the next year or two, but in a few years from now. I think it will hold up. Even though technology has changed, I think it will hold up. I'd be interested if they decide to do a modern adaptation of it. How would that be? Would it be a YouTube video, a viral video, a video that you get via email? Like, how does that work? And then how do you copy and share it? And, you know, that gets the mind wandering. How would you adapt it to modern technology for a modern audience? At the same time, I feel like the concept of VHS can transcend and continue on, just not the copying part of it. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Did you like the Japanese or the American one more? Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked the time lapse of all these art. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you to my patrons as always, and from my dark heart to yours. Have a wonderful day, and please don't die before my next video.